Good Thursday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversation Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, we made it over the hump, and we're in the home stretch tour at the weekend. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up on this Thursday. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you've been part of my conversation with actress Sarah Drew, discussing her new film premiering this Saturday on Lifetime called Stolen by Their Father. Enjoy today's program. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Thursday headlines. In international news, powerful explosion in Kyiv near rail station. Ukrainian officials have reported a powerful explosion in central Kyiv between the southern railway station and a hotel, an area near Ukraine's defense ministry. Ukraine's President Zelensky told the Associated Press on Wednesday night that it was a missile strike. Officials said it wasn't immediately clear how damaging the strike was, whether there were any casualties, or where exactly the missile hit. The Southern Railway Station is one of two stations that make up the main passenger rail complex that thousands have used to flee the war over the past week. The two stations are connected by an overhead corridor that crosses over about a dozen tracks. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken this week will visit 6 European countries, including the Baltic states and Moldova, which are on particular edge as Russia intensifies its war in Ukraine. The State Department said Blinken will travel today to Belgium for a meeting with NATO foreign ministers before heading to the Polish border with Ukraine to meet refugees, and then on to Lithuania and Estonia. Western-leaning Moldova is not a NATO member, but has relations with the alliance and has long objected to the presence of Russian troops in the disputed territory. As the Russian invasion of Ukraine has picked up steam, most NATO members, including the Baltics, have steadily increased military and financial assistance to Kyiv, even as Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned of reprisals for any nation that interferes in what he calls a special military operation. Ukraine's President Zelensky has decried Russia's escalation of attacks on crowded cities as a blatant terror campaign. In national news, new Biden pandemic plan closer to normal for the nation. It's time for America to stop letting the coronavirus dictate how we live, President Joe Biden's White House declared on Wednesday, outlining a new strategy to allow people to return to many normal activities safely after 2 years of pandemic disruptions. One highlight is a new test-to-treat plan to provide free antiviral pills at pharmacies to people who test positive for the virus. The 90-page National COVID-19 Preparedness Plan spells out initiatives and investments to continue to drive back serious illness and deaths from the virus while preparing for potential new variants and providing employers and schools the resources to remain open. We know how to keep our businesses and our schools open with the tools that we have at our disposal, said the White House COVID-19 coordinator. Meanwhile, 140 million Americans, or 43%, have now had COVID, according to a new assessment from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. That estimate comes from a surveillance program that tested nearly 72,000 blood samples that were sent to commercial labs from late December to late January. The samples were checked for antibodies from infection and were distinguishable from antibodies that came from vaccination. More than 947,000 people in the U.S. have died from the coronavirus, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Wednesday's White House announcement follows Biden's Tuesday night State of the Union speech, in which he pointed to progress against the pandemic since last year, with a dramatic reduction in cases, along with steadily available vaccines, and the likelihood of new tests and therapeutics soon becoming more accessible. COVID-19 cases have fallen to their lowest level since last summer in recent weeks after a winter spike from the highly transmissible Omicron variant. Deaths, though, which lag cases by weeks, are still elevated, with an average of nearly 1,700 people dying in the U.S. every day. Officials emphasize that most instances of serious illness and death in the U.S. occur among those who are unvaccinated or who have not received a booster dose of vaccine. In more national news, Senate hearings for High Court nominee to begin on March 21st. The Senate Judiciary Committee said Wednesday that confirmation hearings for Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson will begin March 21st, keeping the Senate on track for a possible final vote next month. As is tradition, the hearings will last 4 days, with opening statements March 21st and testimony and questioning the next 2 days. If confirmed, Jackson would be the first black woman to serve as a justice in the court's 200-plus history. In business news, Powell expects a quarter-point Fed rate hike this month. Chair Jerome Powell said Wednesday that he supports a traditional quarter-point increase in the Federal Reserve benchmark short-term interest rate when the Fed meets later this month, rather than a larger increase that some of its policymakers have proposed. And finally, in entertainment news, Broadway Theater will be renamed after James Earl Jones. The Shubert Organization Court Theater on Broadway will be renamed after James Earl Jones, fulfilling a promise by the theater giant to honor a black artist in such a way. The James Earl Jones Theater renaming is in recognition of Mr. Jones' lifetime of immense contributions to Broadway and the entire artistic community, according to a statement by the Shuberts. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, take it away.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Choose to have peace of mind. Just like happiness, when you choose to have peace of mind, it is yours. Your mind is like an open field with all your thoughts running through it, thoughts you want and thoughts you don't want, all scampering to get your attention. Any thought of fear and any loving thought lies in your mind right now. It is your choice in any given moment to choose between love and fear, success or failure. These thought choices remain in your mind. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. Whatever thoughts you choose to retain in your mind will be created in your life. Your success in life starts in your mind. Be positive and know God is with you. Keep positive people around you. Block all negativity from your mind. Become aware of the tons of negativity thrown at you through the news, our society, or technology. Keep positivity flowing through your field of thought as you picture yourself achieving success. Today, achieve success in life by cultivating a positive attitude through your thoughts and your faith. And remember, enjoy your day.
We are part of my conversation coming up with actress Sarah Drew in today's Entertainment Spotlight. Stay with us. You're listening to Conversation Daily News. For Conversation Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Entertainment Spotlight. Actress Sarah Drew joined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about her career and her new film, Stolen by Their Father, that's premiering this Saturday on Lifetime. Here's a bit of our conversation. What has it been like for you already to see the way that people are responding to the buzz around the film?
It's very exciting, and it feels like an honor to get to be a part of a story that is true and also so intense. I'm thrilled with how it turned out. I'm really, really proud of this film. I think it's a thrilling, emotional ride that is motivated at its core by love, by just unshakable love. And you see that play out in every frame of the film. So I'm just so thrilled and so excited for people to get to take this journey with us.
And that's the great thing about your career, Sarah. I mentioned, of course, how many people have gotten to know you, but you've been able to bring to life these different types of characters over the years. What has that been like for you, to slip into different types of skin and to bring these different characters to life?
It's always exciting to get to walk in the shoes of someone else. I think this character, Lisbeth, in particular, was an additionally challenging story because of the trauma and intensity of what she is walking through every frame of the film. I think kind of diving into the emotional journey of it, trying to make all of the different anxious moments and traumatic moments feel different and feel like part of a journey that is going somewhere, and not just feel the same all the way across the film. That was an additional level of challenge that I got to sink my teeth into on this one.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll have to get on tomorrow to wrap up this week. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make today amazing. Take care.